Oh, jeez. Not sure how long that was recording silent, but I basically was just sitting here watching my FPS. It was just frozen. Anyway, hey everybody, 3454, back with some more Solitary Asylum. Last time we kind of started this, got glitched on the floor for like 10 minutes, and then proceeded to walk around hoping that something will happen. Which nothing really did. I got through a door, but that was about it. Anyway, real quick, you might notice something. First, there's trees. More trees. There's trees growing. And also, there's signs. Without consent of anybody else, because really at this point, I'm going to do some things off camera. I'm not going to progress. I'm not going to build stuff. Most I'm probably going to build is an axe and tree taps. But off screen, I will probably, just grow trees, harvest their wood, and harvest some rubber, just to speed things along. Because I did look at the forum, and they say this isn't supposed to take only a few hours. It's supposed to take a while. And I'd rather that take a little bit less of a while, because I don't want a 300-part series on this. Anyway, I made some signs detailing how I'm going to get through the next door. At this point, I decided to go through the one the machinery or whatever. So I got this stuff, the harvester recipe, got a composter recipe. I also made a recipe for the factory machine block, because that requires extra stuff. Now, I could have done piston as well, but yeah. Block breaker recipe, weather collector recipe. Hopefully this works out pretty well. I don't know. But now it looks like an actual asylum because there's writing on the walls. I also put the rules here. It doesn't look all sparkly because I have fancy art. I have fast stuff. Got some rubber and some raw plastic in there. Although my FPS has again dropped insanely. Like, it was at least 20 by the end of last time, but like, what am I? Is there a setting in here that that is on that I shouldn't have? I mean, smooth lighting. Does this? Should I just? I mean, it doesn't really seem to have affected much. I don't, because smooth lighting's already off. This stuff, performance. Where's max FPS? This fastest. Balanced and power saver has increased the FPS. I don't even know. To go for the best. I don't know. Anyway, so I also figured out that Buildcraft can power these things. Like, these things are kind of part of Buildcraft. So I can in fact use a Redstone engine. The Redstone engine. So look at this. I need wood. I need glass. Where do I get glass? There's no sand around here. I didn't think this through. And as far as the forum looked, I couldn't find anything saying I was wrong to do any of this. I could have put a sign here reminding myself that these things are important. I don't know where I can get glass. That might be in another sector of this place. Anyway. Let's see. I also have collected a bit of wood. And whether you choose to take my word for it or not, I have not cheated at all to do this. Basically what I did was I harvested the trees, collected some saplings, planted those saplings, and then just kind of left my computer alone with the inventory open. While I went and made a sandwich or something, and came back and all the trees were grown. So let's see, plastic sheets, I can make that. Iron bars, that could take a little bit, especially with the buckets as well. Because iron bars, I think, are 6 iron ingots, and iron ingots are actually pretty difficult to come by. Let's see, this, I don't have gold. Oh, I mean, what's a precision sledgehammer? I don't think I know what that is. I didn't look too detailed, and I'll probably make it a bit better at some point later. Oh, I just need plastic sheets. But there's a whole gold problem, though. I mean, the factory machine block is the easiest thing to make, but that's required for all these. Let's see, I need pistons and a furnace. I don't know where to get redstone. Like, can the Philosopher's Stone make anything redstone? It probably can. That's probably where I can get it. I'd rather not be getting 64 oak wood to get 1 redstone every time. Let's see, redstone essence. I don't even know what this essence stuff is. Well. I could get redstone ore. I could make into something. Apparently turning a clock and a pulverizer gives you redstone with it. It's not much, because this stuff requires redstone. Sawmill, jukebox, no block. Which, again, yeah. Macerated, yeah, I don't have that. Scrap box, I don't have that. Industrial centrifuge, don't have that, nor do I have glowstone dust. Industrial grinder, yeah, can't do that. Rock crusher, yeah, but that stuff requires redstone to make anyway. Carpenter, probably requires redstone. Well. I don't plan things through. Because I'm completely, like, how do I make any of the recycler, right? Yeah, to make scrap any of the recycler. How tough is a recycler make? Probably pretty tough. I think if the macerator took like would take a billion diamonds. Recycler. Actually, compressor. If not for the fact I don't know where to get glowstone, I could probably get that done. Because I'd need to make, I think, a massive. I could probably make a redstone engine to do that, but again, I need redstone. See, glowstone dust. Is there any way to make? Just real quick, taking a look. I'd need actual glowstone. So, I didn't think this through. Pulverized gold, but I don't have a pulverizer. I might be able to use gold dust, I'm not sure. Oh, but again, redstone. Redstone seems to be the core thing I need at this point. But the only way I can see to get redstone is to give up 64 oak wood for 1. I mean, obviously oak wood is very, very renewable, but that's a lot of oak wood for a single redstone. Yeah, I know they said this isn't gonna take, a few hours, but still. That's pretty, bad. And you know what? I've, through their forums and stuff, I saw so many different videos for this, map. So people have been doing there are people that do series on this. And I'm just not sure how long these I haven't watched any of them. And truthfully, at this point, I'm tempted to just go down to the mine. Which is, I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to have that. No, one of the rules is to have fun. If I'm not doing that, I'm not having fun. Because it's one thing to make it a survival map. It's another thing to take away every aspect of survival except for meaningless grinding to get a single piece of redstone, which you'll need like 7 more of. How do I make a piston real quick? Right now, at this point, a redstone engine might be what I want. So I'd need 1 redstone and 1 iron. I think I have both of those, so that'd be fine. But problem is, just I just hope that this philosopher's stone can either programmed to not run out or it just really never runs out. Otherwise, I'm going to be in big trouble if I'm trying to, change things. Philosopher's stone seems to be capable of doing a lot of different things, so, it'd be beneficial if I didn't, if it didn't run out, or else I might be screwed. I also made a lot of signs. I should have mentioned. Like when I said I didn't craft anything, I also crafted signs. Lots of signs. Actually, I don't think I've shown what's inside this chest. This is just stuff I've collected and stuff and this Certus quartz is what I got down the mine. I got the iron ingot, got 35 rubber. Stick of resin. I got a lot of these seeds that I had before. Put these in there. Basically, I put everything in there that I probably wouldn't need at the time. I got this stuff in the furnace. Well, I do have 64 oak wood. Doing it. Can't stop me. You can't do it. It's impossible. Just there we go. I mean, it says oak wood, so it's so this is meant to happen, because this is oak wood. Not that, that's rubber wood. But look at that. Looks complicated. This tree became a super tree. Oh, that's because I'm not probably needing the axe. Let's see, what was I gonna do? I know. I totally forgot what I was gonna do. But I am going to put some oak wood in there. Oh, what just happened? I don't even know. Put that there, put that there. Get me iron. Like, how am I gonna get cobblestone if I can't go mining? I don't know. Like, I assume mining is a part of, like, when they said you can do whatever, this stuff, I don't have any wood. And I'm just assuming when they said you can dig up the dirt and the trees, I mean the grass and the trees, they meant this stuff, like, go mining. Just don't go outside of the boundaries. Hey, there's a hole here. I don't know where that came from. It's a huge tree though. Super tree. Went super tree through. Aw. Go. Now that I have wood, I can make another one. At this point, I'm going to just use cobblestone. Like, I don't know how much of this they thought would be. You know, I could probably make cobblestone out of something around here. Maybe out of dirt. Maybe out of dirt. Just take a look. How I make cobblestone. Just how I make it. I can put cobblestone slab together. Put a piece of dirt. Boy, we have a philosopher's stone as well. Just a piece of dirt. So there's that. And this stuff. Nobody cares about that stuff though. Like, I probably won't rely on the mine too much because that, you know. But if worst comes, you know, push comes to shove or whatever, I don't know what to say. If whatever happens, and I feel like this is just taking way too long, because I too have my patience. And I'm pretty sure it's not very interesting to watch me just this. I'll do it for as long as I can last. Then maybe off screen I'll do some actual mining. Tree. Let's see, is that all of it? Probably. I got so many saplings though. Oh, last piece of the tree. So that tree gave me about 17. Okie dokie. Let's do that. Put a bit more wood in there, make more charcoal. Now I'm gonna real quick oak wood. That there, and next I'm gonna need here. So cobblestone, 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 cobblestone. Iron ingot, redstone, plank, plank, plank. That's not it. Piston! Now, how do I make a redstone engine? Do I need more redstone? Probably. Doing my luck. Engine. Oh, actually I don't. Glass! Well, glass is made from sand. Well, what can I turn into sand? I can turn an actual grass block. But I don't have a grass block. And even in this, a grass block is even harder to get than a dirt block. You know, because yes. Gotta make a dirt block. Oh. Well. Oop. I did it. Sand. Yes. Surely cooking with science now. Look, is there anything around here I need? Anything drop? And yes, I'm still on peaceful because at this point I'm not sure if mobs I needed. But my frame rate is at 10 right now. And those slimes didn't really help. What was I making? I don't know. Let's go. So is the furnace done? The furnace is done. Got more charcoal, sand, wood. Put one more in there just in case. Probably don't even need that actually. But you know what? I'm doing it. I have a piece of glass now. Now I need to make some wooden gears. That shouldn't be too difficult. If I'm not mistaken, wooden gears are a bunch of sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't need to make that many sticks, but you know, piston, that, glass. I need wood. If I don't have the correct wood, I gotta take all this back. That's always the most frustrating thing for me in this game. Like, you'll put all the stuff in here, you finally made it, and then you realize you need the wood, but you can't need the crafting table. Real quick. Pick this up. Oh, that mod's not in here. Just checking, because I know there's a mod out there that can turn... Oh, well, that's a sign. I don't want... That sign's not supposed to be there. There's a mod out there that you can turn a crafting table to a better crafting table. A redstone engine. Man, it's a terrible power source, but you know what? As far as I can tell, it will work. So yeah. It looks stupid, but works. It ain't stupid. See, it even attaches itself, so it does work. You can do it. Come on. Is it getting power? I don't think it's getting power. Yeah. Why is it not working? Do I need... What? Was I wrong? Does this not work? I don't know. I don't know why I'm believing anymore. What kind of other engines are there? I know there's coal engines, if I'm not mistaken. Combustion engine, I'm not even going to touch a combustion engine at this point. That stuff's dangerous. Combustion engine, Stirling engine, Redstone. Is there no... Like, which engine... Is there a Stirling engine I'm thinking of? Maybe? Like, I know there's a kind of engine powered by coal or charcoal, I think. So, I don't know. It appears that the redstone engine either doesn't want to work now, or maybe it's not supposed to work. But the moral of the story is I need more this stuff. Oak wood. The only way to make oak wood out of philosopher's stone is to take other kinds of wood, actually just jungle wood, turn it into that, or obsidian. To make obsidian I need oak wood. Has any other way to make obsidian? Well, wood of any kind, or ender lava buckets, or just ender buckets. Do you imagine? I'm not even close to that. Water cell and lava cells. If I can make a cell, I don't have an infinite water source, so it probably wouldn't really work out. Another obsidian ore. A rock crusher, I don't have any of that. Nope. This becomes bothersome. I'm gonna put more to it, I'll give back to Mother Nature. problem with this is the redstone is way too hard to come by. Because redstone is required for basically every recipe. So, and redstone is incredibly difficult. I need 64 oak wood. It requires me to wait for something to build to be, growing. And then when it grows, I can cut it down and wait for more to grow, because 64 is a lot. Why redstone? And nothing around here seems to be seems able to give me, oak wood. And I can give oak wood to get bread. I got apples, so if I could get into this room, this Stonecraft room, I might be able to get a bit more progress, because Stonecraft. And I know that there are certain recipes. Actually, does they even come with a book? I don't see a book in there. I don't see a book. I don't see a Thermonomicon. A Thermonomicon. Oh, wow. Is there a Thermonomicon anywhere around here? Life just doesn't like me. With good reason as well, but I'm not a very likable person. Well, at this point, probably make a few more furnaces. I don't know. Wow. Make 2 more furnaces. That bothers me. Make 1 more. Okay. Silver ore berry wood planks. Just seeing as there's not that many of these things, I'll probably just use wooden planks to do this. What? I don't have. I do have iron ore berries. Probably my best bet for a lot of this. Wait a second. Wait, I think following a thought process right now. Iron. That's a lot of iron, but where's iron ore? Iron ingot. There we go. What is it used for? But not in this. Not in shaped crafting. Shapeless crafting. Let's see. It can be used to make gold. It can be used to make this stuff. Let's see. I can use to make ender pearls. That could be helpful if I could get some blaze powder. But I could also make refined iron, which is kind of helpful. I'd need either charcoal or coal. Actually, I have both of those. Make gold out of it. What does obsidian turn into? Well, I'm just gonna philosopher's stone. What is how do philosopher's stone? Say I can. How do I make? What can I turn into iron? Obsidian and clay. So why can't iron turn back into it? Well, probably because it turns back into clay. I could turn gold into iron. What can I turn clay into? So if I use on clay, following a thought process right now. Don't mind me. Except you're watching this video, so you're probably minding me. Trying to find some kind of connection here. So drought with it, gravel, bricks, ceramic dye. That's this is stuff I don't care about. I thought I found a thought process, but the train left without me. Gravel? At this point, I'm just kind of looking. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. It just can't seem to do what I want. A piece of gravel can be turned into dirt. 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 What can dirt turn into? Dirt can turn into gravel, cobblestone, fertilizer. Look like shapeless crafting. I can make mycelium. I don't even know what this essence stuff is though. Hostile soul essence. Piece of dirt. Okay. Bog earth. I think bog earth is required for a for the peat bite engine that creates peat. Compost. Because I gotta have those cocoa beans. Humus. More bog earth. What am I even looking at this point? A high tree? Why haven't you destroyed yet? Tree. Super tree. Fire Flint's dead. Probably burn all this. Wood. That's why you couldn't go on to the afterlife. I should probably put more of this ore in here. Some aluminum. So at this point, the charcoal's a bit precious. Some copper. Have some more in this, so. The thing is, it turns into nuggets, so it's going to take a while. The nugget takes 9, I think, nuggets to make a single ingot, which I guess still works, but it's gonna work a long time. It's gonna take a while. This is silver, so put more silver in there. Like so aluminum. Or aluminium if you're British, I think. I don't know. I think I know the world. Don't. Let's put sticks in there. Yeah. Sticks. Okay. Like at this point, saplings are not what I need. What I need is the wood. With these supertrees, they have a lot of wood, but they're difficult to find this wood. I mean, this thing wants to be deteriorating, so probably doesn't have more wood in it. And another tree grew, so that's good. It'd be much more manageable if I had actual frames. Like, it's funny, this is a pretty good computer, I mean. It's not high-end, it's not going to be playing Skyrim on max graphics, but, you know, it's good, it's a good computer. You can play MapleStory pretty fine, I can play pretty much any game pretty fine, until I get to, like, modded Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft is probably one of the most basic games out there, but it's probably because of how many mods are in here. There's probably a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes of, well, you know, Redstone, that thing, whatever it is. That right there. It's painting. Bothers me. Should I have it in here? You should. Real quick, the mushroom. Well, I broke it. Now I feel bad. Not really. What can a flower pot become? At this point, I'm just make a planter. Probably for automated farming. Mushroom. Can become mushroom soup, I know that. What else? Well, I can turn a red mushroom into a brown mushroom. Or let me guess, can I turn a brown mushroom into a red mushroom? Let's see. Yeah! I can. Looks like I can also turn it. I can also turn it into a fermented spider eye using. Is that sugar? Yeah, that looks like a pretty vanilla recipe actually. Make a TFBP. I think that's for terraforming actually. So if I can get a terraformer, I could make the entire land into mycelium. But why would I do that? I don't want mycelium. I don't. At this point, I just need trees to grow. I'm trying to think, what I'm not even actually looking at the recipes. Maybe I should be out. My legs. Does this hurt me? Okay, I might be thinking I want to cut some of that underground. I know there are oil bushes out there that will actually hurt you. So let's see. What's on this list? Let's take a look at the recipe. Plastic sheets. I can do plastic sheets. Shears, somewhat. Golden axe, nope. Plastic sheets, I can do those. Piston. And furnace. Pretty much the only thing I can actually do. Let's see. This I can make. That's not much of a problem. Block breaker, golden pickaxe, nope. Oh, let's see, with the collector, iron bars, buckets, lots of iron. Right, the biggest problem again is the redstone. At this point, I'm tempted to just go down to the mine and mine some redstone. I mean, that's probably my best option. I'm not sure if I'm allowed though. At this point, I've already broken a lot of rules, so probably doesn't even matter anymore. Another iron ore berry. This is aluminum. I don't have any more aluminum, so well, copper. Oh, I can make a copper ingot. A silver nugget. Taking these iron nuggets. Okay. Don't have anything else in here. Pumpkin seeds. Sticky resin. So look for copper nugget. Got a copper ingot. What can this be used for? Anything worthwhile at this point. I know that they can be made into copper wire. I think this can also be used to make copper wiring for like the solar panels. Let's say I can make some upgrades. Copper seeds. That might be in the next area because I saw some farming land. Copper gear. Powered furnace. That computer. Nice pulverizer. Sawmill. Stuff. Don't care. It's on engine there. Don't really care. Don't care. What is this? Copper canister. But how do I make regular magic essence? Is there a way to make that? By using weak magic essence. I make weak magic essence with regular magic essence. So it's probably obtained in some other fashion. Don't know how though. This tree doesn't want to die. Does it have no wood for me? Yes! I fell in the hole. Does it have more? Nah, it's starting to disappear. This one probably has more. Do not. Riveting, isn't it? I mean, I like the idea of this map, but maybe they could have not made it so incredibly impossible. Like, how is this? Can I change this? No, I can't. How do I make an item trader? Can I actually make that? That an actual craftable item? Nope. Probably used for kind of more RPG-based maps, which is more RPG-based stuff. Probably get it from creative mode, so. Some doors that are locked. High security prisoners. This is a pretty cool prison to let the prisoners kind of craft their way to freedom. Even though it'll probably take them the entirety of their lives, but whatever. Let's see, Service quartz. So, of course, the service quartz. Oh, hey! You think we gain power? I don't know. Maybe? Let's see them there. What happens? What kind of thing did they do? I don't know. I mean, this Redstone engine has now become red. I don't think that's to chart. I don't think it's actually working. Probably did something wrong somewhere. But I don't know where. Oh, a lot more tin ore areas. How long have I had those? However long I had them, I need to go into something. I feel like there's something else I could probably use to make my life a lot easier. Like, so raw plastic. This can be made into the plastic sheets. And I can also use an upgrade for lapis, upgrade iron. This kind of upgrade stuff, don't care about that. Can make a blank record. Shapeless crafting, I can make unmelting ice with it. The plastic sheets. What machines can I make? There has to be a machine out there that can help me. Okay, so let's start here. Fisher, don't care. Harvester, don't care. Fertilizer, nope. Rancher, nope. Veterinary, okay. So I figure for a second I thought it was veterinary. I'm like, what? Item collector, probably don't care. Block breaker. Weather collector. Sludge boiler. Sewer. Composter. Breeder. Grinder. Auto enchanter. Chronotyper. At this point, these are getting way too impossible. I think at this point, everything just takes back to redstone. Like, am I missing something around here? Maybe I'm... Like, I'm curious, what is this lever? Where did it come from? Doesn't connect to anything. Is there up there? No, there's nothing up there. But just a lever. Why is it there? It bothers me. It looks like it serves a purpose because there's no like pattern. There's nothing on the other side, so it's not there for decoration. Why don't you love me? I don't think I understand redstone engines anymore. Then there's this lava over here. There's nothing underneath it. Something down there. Where's that? What did I just do? Where was I? Didn't want to do it. This lava here is for something. I don't think it's just there to get rid of items, because at this point I need everything I can get. Like, I feel like a lot of this could go easier if I had some seeds. Which I might get in the next area if I can do this machinator thing. Like, I can't break items that are in existence. So I can't break those redstone lamps or anything. I can break torches. Can a torch be made into anything? At this point, I'm grasping straws. can make a oak desk. Shapeless crafting can make a torch arrow. Like a tri-torch. Redstone torch. This probably has a lot more recipes. Nah, not that much actually. Pulverizer, macerator, assembly machine, solar workbench, rock crusher. If only I was out there free. Some guys probably could come by on rail. Creepy guy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like. If you want to see more, then why not subscribe and be kept up to date with all my uploads? If you have any questions, concerns, compliments, or insults, then feel free to leave a comment. See you guys next time.